Hi guys, in this video I wanted to walk you through the USD CAT pair and show you the most recent supply and demand zones. So what is typical for when you look at this chart, where is the most recent supply and where is the most recent demand? So let's take a look. If I'm about to mark those levels, first you have this small area here, small cluster between the long red and green candles, which formed in the end of January and beginning of February. But it was also this area coincides with another region which was formed by this little cluster here back in November 2018, and I will mark it out for you right here. So that's our most recent demand zone, and I'm seeing a couple of examples of supply zones which are in close proximity. The most evident is this one, which you have already probably seen, and it's a major resistance area as well. You can see the sharp setting off directly from this cluster zone, and then we have another one which is smaller and it's in a even closer proximity, and I will mark it here for you. Let's just change the colors of those. So that's a supply, and that's also another supply area. Great. So what I'm looking for when I'm approaching those areas, so for example, let's say here, when I have this area marked by the orange rectangle, I'll be looking for the price, as I've already explained multiple times, to enter into this zone, and preferably to actually break below this level, which is the level of 1.3055. That's the lower boundary of this rectangle, and in this case it didn't really happen. The price actually just went to the middle of the rectangle, which is also a good enough signal to go long. But what I would have preferably imagined to see is to see the price going below this level here, and then forming a any sort of price action confirmation. What I'll be looking for at this moment of time is if the price goes above this, you can see this red rectangle here, the supply area. If the price goes above the upper range of this area, then I'm going to the 4-hour time frame and already starting to look for a signal that this will that the price will actually reverse direction. What is important to note here is first, this is when you look at the price from a very close perspective. So let's say if you just concentrate on this area here, then I'll be saying like, well, that's a great range trading environment, and if we see the price going above the supply area, then I'll be looking to short it. But in this occasion we have a quite powerful uptrend. So what do I usually do in such cases? It's nothing extraordinary. I just don't like to go against the trend, so I'll be mostly looking for areas that allow me to actually buy into the trend. So in this case, let's say the price goes above the upper level of this square, I wouldn't be looking to sell it, because in my opinion the risk of the price reversing the reward of the price reversing is definitely greater than the risk. And this is when you're in an uptrend, when you're taking a long trade, and in this case when you're trying to short the uptrend, then apparently the risk would be higher than the reward, so that's not a good trade to take. And I'll be just looking for trades like the one in the orange zone, and when you have a demand area, retracement towards an old demand area, and a signal from price action, then this will be the trades that I'll be looking to take. So in this case, that's not a good example of a trade I would have taken. So And that's actually sometimes valid, sometimes not. For example, when you're approaching a major supply area like this one, that's a major resistance level, and then apparently you're gonna have much more sellers willing to push the price lower. So it's not like we're in the middle of the range and the price hasn't reached any one of the extremities. So if you're here in the middle of the range, then it definitely is quite risky to try to go short. But if you're at the extremity, at the major resistance or support level, or major supply or demand level, then the risk of shorting it is lower than if if you were about to short in the middle of the range. Having said that, I would like to see actually how price behaves here, and certainly would not short the USD CADs. Let's say if the price is somewhere around this level, I'll be certainly looking for the price to actually go above this level, form a bull trap, and then I'll be looking at the 4-hour chart for a confirmation to actually go short. If we see if we go back in time and we try to actually look for another place where we have a demand or supply area, and how I would have played that. Let's see, guys. So I'm seeing one area here. So again, under ideal circumstances, I would like to see the price actually dropping below the level of supply or demand. In this case, a demand zone. So that exactly that happened here, and actually the price formed a mini demands level, another one just below our major level here. So let's actually cover this with another, let's say orange, so you can see clearly, and then the price continued rising higher. So how would that have looked on a 4-hour chart if we're actually to go down to the 4-hour chart and come back in time to this exact moment of on the chart, on the 4-hour chart? Let's see, guys. So this is happening in somewhere in the middle of April 2017. Let's see. Great. So you can see here actually we have a kind of a demand inside of the demand area. So if you go back to the daily chart in these particular elements, then the first moment that we have an indication that the price might actually price action confirmation. Let's see where it comes from. So if we're about to go candle by candle, the way I see it is basically I'm looking at all the candles below this level, which is below the lower boundary of the red rectangle, and the first place I see such a candle is this bullish engulfing candle here, which occurred, according to my chart, on the 18th of April 2018. So if I'm about to go back on the 4-hour chart to this particular day, 18th of April, okay, we're getting closer. Scrolling this chart, the 4-hour chart is taking a bit of a time, guys, sorry about that. But let's see how did it look on the 4-hour chart. It's actually quite crucial, so definitely worth taking the time to scroll back to this particular date. So 18th of April is somewhere here. '17th of April, and then next one is here. It starts with a little green candle, and you can see the price action is quite abrupt and just breaks above this level here. So it's another bullish engulfing pattern, and don't be scared if you miss this one. There will be plenty of other opportunities, as you can see from the chart. But then the second opportunity comes from another bullish engulfing pattern right here, and you could have definitely taken this one. And for me, this is almost a perfect example of a long trade using this trading method. So he had this bearish trap here forming below the below this demand area in an uptrend, and then you have a confirmation from the 4-hour chart with from a price action candlestick perspective. So you can see after that the amount of buyers that actually flooding the markets is just tremendous, guys. It's out of proportion. So the price goes higher and up 200 pips, and then we have a few times that the sellers are actually testing to short sell the USD Canadian dollar, and the price reverses slightly. But then after that, you can see that actually the price again rallies and goes to a newer high. So if you're about to come back to the daily chart again, so you see that that could have been an extremely good entry point. So if you had the patience to wait for a setup like that, that would have definitely paid off. And that's why I don't like to actually take trades that are semi good. For example, this one, some of you might have taken it, even I might have taken it. If it depends on the personal circumstances, but if you are about to follow your plan 100%, I would say just wait for the price to go below the lower boundary, then form, in this case, a bear trap or a fake breakout, and just try to look for a confirmation from price action, guys.